Hey, I am Sonia Ward from Harmony Success Solutions. You can find me in what I do and everything that I stand for at www.harmonysuccess.com. Again, my name is Sonia Ward, and you can find me at harmonysuccess.com. Today's topic of discussion is about the spirit of being judgmental. It is my hope that I can create an opportunity, a fitness of spiritual fitness, so that you could become stronger, that I could become stronger, that we could become stronger at spiritual fitness, so that we don't do the outward judgment before doing the inward judgment. That means that before I point out the speck in your eye, I'm going to get real about the boulder that's in mine. I'm going to be honest about the boulder that's in mine. I am going to deal with the boulder that's in mine, and I am going to work it out so that I don't have that big boulder in my eye while I'm talking about the speck that's in yours. So today it is my hope that we could get delivered from the spirit of being judgmental. Okay? So that begins with understanding that we are all men and women. We are all epistles seen and read of all men. We are all accountable for what we do and say, and that we all have work to do, inner work to do, that could minister to others, and we could be a lot more effective if we were open with ourselves and willing to work on ourselves, so that others could work on themselves through seeing the light in our life that would lead them and draw them to a better way of doing, thinking, being. Okay? It doesn't mean that they need to become us or to become like us, but to know that all that we do and say is done in the spirit of excellence, and that we are constantly a work in progress, working on ourselves, understanding that there is no point of arrival for salvation, but that that life is about being a journey, that journey is a continuum until eternal life. And so everything that we do in every waking moment should be considered to be something that could be an opportunity for improvement, something that we could further develop, and we could elevate and become better at who we are, become a better me, become a better you, so to speak. Okay, so what happens is we begin as humans. It's so natural for us to see flaws in other people. It's just as natural as it is to do negative self-talk, though that's a different topic of discussion. It's so easy to do the negative self-talk, but just as easy as it is to have that private, destructive conversation inside of your own mindset. You judge other people, and you're more willing to voice what you see, because it's not you, and it kind of hides you, it kind of covers you, and it kind of makes it so that no one's really looking at your flaws, because they're listening to what you're pointing out about other people. Not good, not cool at all. If you notice that you notice so much about others, and you might want to pay attention to yourself and say, hey, let me work on me. One of the greatest examples is, for example, a person that struggles with sexual immorality and you don't. So it wouldn't be a good idea to judge them, but it would be a good idea, if you're connected to them in any way, to be an example of light in that area and in other areas, and to use your area of struggle or weakness or opportunity of development to say, I have something that I'm working on in my life, and if that's a struggle for you, you can work on it as well, but not to kind of like ostracize someone because of the sin that they walk in, because we all sin and fall short of the glory of God. So it doesn't matter who you are and what you do, if you're a doctor or a lawyer or a nurse or a school teacher, if you're a bus driver, or if you're a blue-collar worker, if you work in corporate America behind a desk, if you're a business executive, CEO, CFO, whatever it is, if you're a preacher or a bishop or an apostle, you're still human, and if you're looking at people in those positions, they are also human, and they're subject to the flesh. So why don't we simply work on our own stuff, so that others will see, by way of example, that walking in truth is the best way to do it, rather than judging other people. Doesn't mean that we shouldn't, as iron sharpens iron, that we should not sharpen the countenance of a friend. But there's a way to do it in love. You know, God is a gracious God, and He's merciful, and He's loving, and He's forgiving. Okay? And so we should be the same way. So part of getting delivered from the spirit of being judgmental is to walk in love with everyone, with your brother and your sister, with mankind, to walk in love, to be forgiving, and to, you know, be considerate of the way that you deliver the lessons in life that others will learn through you. So as you deliver these messages through conversations and discussions, however you're doing it, it would be a good idea that you use love as your compass, so that when you do it, you're not injuring someone and causing them to move further away from living a life that's in light and in truth. That's what this is all about, living a life that is in light and that is in truth. And if your approach is something that causes strife or tension or, you know, like confrontation, you might want to consider that maybe your approach wasn't the best practice, and maybe before going to someone that you care about to bring correction, to be that friend that sharpens iron, you might want to pray first about your approach, so that when you do it, you're not offensive. You cannot always dodge offense. Some people who are deeply rooted in their area of struggle or the issue that they're having, part of their protective barrier so that they don't feel, you know, so bad, like they're failing or doing something so wrong, is to be overly defensive. And then that's something that you might face no matter which way you come at them. But the best practice would be to pray for, you know, discernment, and pray for the divine time with the right words to say in the right spirit, so that when you come to them, you don't come off as someone who's being, you know, overly judgmental and holier than thou and so perfect and can always find fault in others, while you leave issues in your own life unaddressed. So, I mean, that's the basis of this message on today. And basically, you know, to be very careful about the way that you bring correction to others. You know, be careful that you're not walking in the spirit of being judgmental, but that you're using love as your compass to approach others about being that iron that sharpens iron. It is indeed the right thing to do and the best thing to do, but sometimes we don't always do it in the best manner. So delivery is really important. That is the gist of my message for today. I hope that it was helpful to you. Again, I'm Sonya Ward from Harmony Success Solutions. You can find me at www.harmonysuccess.com. Thanks for listening. If you like my channel, please subscribe to it. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And by all means, do share it with your friends. Have a wonderful day.